Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once more to analysis, this time political analysis on the Ukrainian and Russian war or Ukraine-Russian crisis. Well, the British Premier, his visit to the White House obviously gave a lot of boost to the Ukrainian and strength of course in terms of leverage somehow to better negotiate with the US. The language that the British Premier used, of course, was deal with the aggressor, no matter what. That was his take, to first deal with the aggressor. It doesn't matter how, if he's at the wrong or at the right per se, but the first thing is learn to deal with the aggressor. If not, he'll keep pushing forth. And so with that, the British Premier made it absolutely pellucid that he was going to put forth boots on ground in Ukraine in the days ahead. In terms of the British intelligence, security is needed first before peace talks are granted. In other words, deal with the aggressor before you talk about peace. And so it's going to give a better leverage for the Ukrainians to be able to decide in a much better way with strength. Whereas, according to the US intelligence, it is preferable for peace to be derived now and security should come later. The fend off or ward off or protection per se on both would definitely in the next days to come or next days ahead is going to see the wiping of NATO or looking NATO to be quite obsolete. And the new name for European Security Force will be created. This, of course, based on the fact that when you look at the American intelligence, after peace deal has been derived upon, certainly the mining of the raw earth in Ukraine will proceed. And because you have American companies working there, of course, it will be difficult for the aggressor to come for a second time, or there will be an everlasting peace. Now, with that, of course, there is already an international force that has been established after peace deal, which will therefore see the creation or the security of Ukraine. And with this, of course, it will enable the Europeans to come together. The name NATO is a nostalgia tendency to the communist or former communist bloc, which of course talks about the dark days of communism. And so to deal with that, of course, it will be agreed upon that every European state or any country in the continent of Europe must have a security force that is able to stand against the aggressor. And so a new pact will be signed, which of course will push away NATO, and a new force will be created to secure the borders of Europe so they don't have the aggressor having to attack, be it NATO or a non-NATO that is a European country. Yes, of course, that's my take in terms of the British and the American intelligence, the runoff and the what off in terms of protection analysis. What's your take? Hope to hear from you soonest.